Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the starship Enterprise. Captain's log, stardate 5221.3. On outward course beyond the fringe of our galaxy towards Questar M17, a source of mysterious radio emissions. Mission? Star charting. Captain's log. We have beamed aboard the alien ship found orbiting a strange dead star. The Enterprise is recording all data for the log and full report later. Captain's log, stardate 5221.8. Final entry. Resuming outward course beyond the farthest star of our galaxy. Mission, star charting. Captain's log, stardate 5373.4. We are in orbit around the planet of the time vortex, the focus of all the timelines of our galaxy. Captain's log, supplemental. When we were in the time vortex, something appears to have changed the present as we know it. No one aboard recognizes Mr. Spock.
Personal log, stardate 5373.5, subjective time. I have returned to the past in an attempt to restore the future. I am home. Personal log, stardate 5373.9, subjective time. The timeline seems to have changed again. Yet I do not believe I have done anything to disrupt it. Personal log. The boy, Spock, should be moving toward the Langan Mountains. I had much to prove to myself. Personal log. Something unexpected has again occurred. The Selat, Ichaya, was struck by the poisonous claws of the Lamachia he fought.
Captain's log, stardate 5371.3. A huge cosmic cloud has been reported moving into the outer fringe of our galaxy. Nothing like it has ever been seen before. Present position is in the Pallas 14 system, which contains Mantilles, the most remote inhabited planet in the entire Federation. Captain's log, supplemental. At warp 8, we will intercept the cloud before it reaches the inhabited planet Mantilles. But we are uncertain what we can do to stop a matter-energy cloud which measures thousands of times more than our vessel. Captain's log, supplemental. The Enterprise has only 15 minutes left before her power is drained, and we are left helpless. Captain's log, stardate 5372.0. Spock and Uhura are using our sensors to prepare a detailed chart so we may determine targets for our photon torpedoes. Captain's log, stardate 5372.1. The cloud will reach Mantilles in 7 minutes. And even if we do establish contact, can we communicate with it and persuade it not to kill? Captain's log, stardate 5483.7. The Enterprise is en route through an unfamiliar sector of space. Recent joint discussions with the Klingon and Romulan empires have revealed that a starship has disappeared in this sector precisely every 27.346 star years.
Ship's log, stardate 5483.8. Engineering Officer Scott in command. Life readings are sparse and concentrated. Captain Kirk is beaming down with a scouting party to investigate.
Captain's log, stardate 5483.9. The beauty of this place is unequaled. It's the answer to all a man's dreams.
Ship's log, supplemental. Lieutenant Uhura recording. Due to Chief Engineering Officer Scott's euphoric state of mind, I am assuming command of the Enterprise. Ship's log, supplemental, Lieutenant Uhura commanding. We have assembled an all-female rescue party in accordance with Mr. Spock's request.
Captain's log, stardate 5392.4. The Enterprise has been assigned to escort 2 robot grain ships to Sherman's planet, which has been struck by crop failures and famine. Captain's log, supplemental. Our rescue effort has given us some knowledge of the new Klingon weapon and the presence of Cyrano Jones, intergalactic traitor and general nuisance. Captain's log, supplemental. The Klingon ship under command of Captain Koloth is forcing us into a battle for custody of Cyrano Jones for reasons still unknown. Captain's log, stardate 5143.3. While patrolling the edge of the Romulan neutral zone, the Enterprise has changed course to assist a one-man vessel which has fallen victim to a meteor swarm.
Ship's log, stardate 5148.7. First Officer Spock recording. The captain's course change has taken us deep into the Romulan neutral zone.
Captain's log, supplemental. Due to interference by the alien Vendorian aboard, the Enterprise has been detected violating the Romulan neutral zone. By the terms of our treaty, the Romulans have a legal right to seize and impound the Enterprise. Captain's log, stardate 5554.4. The Enterprise has been ordered to survey a new planet recently discovered at the periphery of the galaxy. Captain's log, stardate 5554.8. We have come upon one of the most fascinating discoveries we have ever seen. Plant life of extraordinary intelligence and technology. Captain's log, stardate 1254.4. For years, scientists have theorized that if our galaxy was created from a great explosion, then the center of the galaxy might still be creating new matter. Captain's log, supplemental. In this incredible universe, it appears to be a part of the natural laws that belief is as potent a force as energy and matter are in our own. Captain's log, stardate 5591.2. The crew of the Enterprise is ready for some well-deserved rest and recreation. Therefore, we have set course for the so-called shore leave planet. Captain's log, supplemental. We anticipated nothing more than a period of rest and relaxation on this planet. Instead, Dr. McCoy inexplicably was attacked, and Lieutenant Uhura is now missing. Captain's log, supplemental. We're out of communication with the ship. Our efforts to locate Lieutenant Uhura have been futile, and this once friendly planet has become very dangerous. Captain's log, stardate 4978.5. We are approaching the Arcadian star system on a mission to locate an old friend. Captain's log, supplemental. Harry Mudd has escaped from the Enterprise, taking Head Nurse Chapel with him, apparently as a hostage. Meanwhile, Mr. Spock is acting very strange. Captain's log, stardate 5577.3. We are approaching the remains of the burnt-out supernova Arachna. Requested update survey will begin with measurements of its radiation and volume expansion. Captain's log, stardate 5577.5. Our limited power attempt to escape the planet's gravity has failed. Captain's log, stardate 5577.7. We will lose effective control of this vessel at the point when we have become approximately 1 centimeter tall. At the present rate, we will reach this less than fingernail length in 32 minutes. Captain's log, supplemental. There is one last measure we can take to try and stop the bombardment of the lethal spiroid wave. There must be some intelligence behind it. I'm going to attempt direct communication by beaming down to the planet's surface. Captain's log, supplemental. The Lilliputian city is to be taken to Verdanus and relocated on a fertile and well-watered plain. Then we'll be able to call the Terratin Incident closed. Captain's log, stardate 52.2. We have just entered the Delta Triangle, a vast uninhabited sector of our galaxy.
Captain's log, supplemental. First Officer Spock recording. We appear to be in an alternate universe. Position undetermined. Captain Kirk has been transported from the ship by an unknown power.
Captain's log, stardate 5267.6. We are in the final stages preparatory to making our escape from Elysia. Captain's log, stardate 5499.9. We are orbiting the planet Argo. Argo was once a land planet, but its surface is now almost completely covered by water.
Ship's log, stardate 5504.2. Lieutenant Commander Scott in command. Captain Kirk and First Officer Spock have been missing for almost 5 days.
Medical log, stardate 5506.2. Their internal structure is completely transformed, and even their eyes are covered with a transparent film, like the second eyelid of a fish. So far, all efforts to return them to normal have failed.
First Officer's log, stardate 4187.3. The Enterprise shuttlecraft Copernicus is en route to Starbase 25 with an important cargo. First Officer's log, supplemental. The Kzinti now possess a weapon potentially deadly to the entire galaxy.
Captain's log, stardate 5501.2. We are orbiting the planet Lactra 7. Our mission is to discover the whereabouts or fate of a 6-member science crew. Captain's log, stardate 5683.1. We're making a rendezvous with the Vidala asteroid on a unique mission. Captain's log, stardate 6334.1. The outbreak of choreocytosis aboard the Enterprise seems to be under control. Dr. McCoy says the disease is no longer even as serious as pneumonia. Captain's log, supplemental. We've arranged to get the strobolin needed to save Mr. Spock's life. The starship Potemkin has already picked up the drug and will transfer it to a freighter, the SS Huron, for delivery to the Enterprise. Captain's log, stardate 6335.6. The Huron has been left as space junk, its engines sabotaged. Captain O'Shea has no idea who attacked his ship. Captain's log, stardate 6336.2. The Orion crew is in our brig, their ship in tow, and the Enterprise is back on course for Deneb 5. Captain's log, stardate 7403.6. Honorary Commander Are Ben Bem is from the planet Pandro in the Garo 7 system. We have taken up orbit around Delta Theta 3, a newly discovered Class M planet. Captain's log, stardate 3183.3. Cruise has been uneventful, and we are now approaching the final asteroid in our assigned sector, a full 72 hours ahead of schedule. Captain's log, supplemental. Unusual incidents have continued to plague our crew. Even the perceptive Mr. Spock has fallen victim to these simple-minded pranks. Captain's log, supplemental. Somehow Spock managed to switch on our emergency air before collapsing from the effects of the gas. The fresh air quickly revived us, although it'll be exhausted in another 6 hours. Captain's log, stardate 5275.6. Preparing to beam aboard the Enterprise following the successful completion of delivery of medical supplies to the planet Dramia. Captain's log, stardate 5275.8. Underway for planet Dramia 2 for investigation of McCoy case. We are beyond subspace communications with Starfleet and proceeding under my own authority. Captain's log, stardate 5275.9. We are approaching Dramia 2, where we hope to find the answers concerning the question of Dr. McCoy's guilt or innocence.
Captain's log, stardate 5276.4. We are in orbit around the planet Dramia, under the conditions of general quarantine. As commanding officer, I have ordered the activation of General Order 6.
Captain's log, stardate 5276.8. Preparing to beam aboard the Enterprise following the Dramian ceremonies honoring Dr. Leonard McCoy. Log, stardate 6063.4. The Enterprise is tracing the origin of a mysterious alien space probe.
Captain's log, stardate 6063.5. First Officer Spock in temporary command. The Enterprise is the captive of an alien life form calling itself Kukulkan. Captain Kirk and 3 other officers have vanished.
Captain's log, stardate 6770.3. The Enterprise is on course for the planet Babel. Commodore Robert April, first captain of the USS Enterprise, and for the past 20 years, Federation Ambassador at Large. Captain's log, stardate 6770.6. The Enterprise has passed into the most alien landscape I have ever seen. We are in some reverse universe. Captain's log, supplemental. We are proceeding to Carla 5's planet, Arat. Captain's log, stardate 6770.1. Time continues to flow backward for us. We have set course for a dead star in this antimatter universe that corresponds with the Nova Minara in ours. Captain's log, supplemental. We have 11 minutes of real time left to reach the dead star, but all around, my crew are turning into children. Its 5-year mission, to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no man has gone before.